What's going on, everybody? So, do you love dreams and trying to figure out what they mean? All right, let's see. I got one for you from last night. Let me see if I can remember it all and be a good storyteller at the same time. So, me and my wife, who I took as my wife, it was kind of like my wife now, but not my wife. It was similar person, but it didn't seem to be the same person. But anyway, so me and my wife go to this concert. It's an outdoor concert, but under like a big tent, and it's supposed to be a lot of bands and be an all-day event. And we didn't get good tickets, so we're stuck way in the back. So at the beginning of the concert, some of the band members came like down the center aisle and started throwing T-shirts. So T-shirt comes, I actually grab it, caught it, and give it to my wife. Another one's thrown. Oh, I catch that one too. I grab that one. Oh, another one's being thrown. I catch that one too. So I caught all three that was thrown. I look at the sizes. There were 2 6Xs and 1 extra small. I'm like, oh, they're just giving away the stuff they can't sell. So I just started throwing it back to other people. But anyway, we decided to make our way as close to the front as we can. So we went to the outside and went down those metal gates that they use to separate places. So we go all the way down as far as we can on the left side of the stage, right side if you're on the stage, and stand at the very end of the last gate. For some reason, they wouldn't let people within the 20 feet of the stage. So everybody was pushed back. So a band starts playing. Next thing I know, me and my wife are in a white van with 4 other people. So there's 6 people and the driver in this white van. The guy next to me goes, I don't remember getting in this van. I'm like, you know what? You're right. How did we get in this van? I didn't willingly climb into this van. How am I in this van? So I started asking questions and kept getting shut down. Next thing you know, the white van pulls up to this, it's like a strip mall with supposed to be stores, but they don't seem to be open. They seem to be fake stores. I'm like, what's going on here? The driver gets out and walks away. And so we all climb out. We're like, what the hell's going on? We're in this white van. We don't remember getting in this white van. What is going on here? Next thing you know, one of the shops and the ground on the outside of the shop, the ground goes down. And you can see underneath the shop. Underneath the shop was what I could the only thing I could felt was love. It was bright, lit up, red. There was even floating hearts. It was like love. So we walked in on the left side, and it was just a in, around, and out. But so we all went in, out, around, and out, and the feeling was just love. Like, okay, what's the point of this? Next thing you know, we're back at the concert. And so I'm like, well, I want to dig into this deeper. So I started going up to security and go, what's going on here? Do you know what's going on here? Because I was put in a white van and I didn't willingly get into a white van. And everybody was kind of blowing me off. And I'm like, well, I want your supervisor. I'm like, I'm going to stir up some dirt and figure out what the hell's going on to get in these white vans. So I'm stirring up dirt, asking questions. The next thing you know, I'm in the white van again. Again with 5 other people. So we're in this van, and then like everybody else is kind of out. except for this one girl. Everybody else is kind of out, but I'm kind of just aware. And then she starts throwing these things on everybody's laps. And I go, oh no, you ain't doing that. And what it seemed to be in, I don't know what the drug, I never used drugs, but like I guess they would put acid on paper, or I don't know, is it acid they put on paper and you put on your tongue and I don't know. But that's what was dictated in my mind, that she was throwing this drug on all of us. And so I was grabbing them all and throwing them out the window. I'm like, no, you ain't playing this. You ain't going to make it look like we're druggies and we're making this stuff up. Something happened here, and I want to know what it is. Was I drugged and put on a van, and what else happened that we didn't know about? So I woke everybody up, and I'm taking these drugs and I'm throwing them out the window. And then I turned to the girl and I go, she's in on it. So everybody kind of turned against her and started putting pressure on her. And she goes, fine, just go there. And we're like, what? So we end up getting out of this place. And it was a lot of, it was basically a stone walkway. It was all white stone. And there was like a tunnel that went into it. So we all go in, and I'm still kind of skeptical of this girl. I'm like, what's she setting us up for? She goes, fine, it's in here, but you may not see it. And she reaches down and pulls a fake slab of stone up, and there's a hole. So all the other people started climbing through this hole, and it was real tight. I got down and looked, and I'm like, I'm not going in there. I don't know what this, I'm still suspect of this girl. I'm like, I'm not going in there. So I stand up, turn around, and right next to me was this like floating head. And it was almost, the best thing I could say is like a chameleon head. And it could change. At one point it looked like an alien, and then it would change and look almost digital. And it was just changing. But it was talking to me telepathically. And what did it say? Or at least what was the feelings? Hold on. Man, I'm forgetting the conversation. But it was friendly. It was friendly conversation. And I wasn't freaked out or anything. I was just talking to this thing, and it turned into, why don't you just come out? Why don't you just show yourself? Why don't I'm like, does the government know about you? And it said, the government knows about us, but not about me. I'm kind of hiding. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, for some reason, it kept going back to that concert. I'm like, well, that concert, because it was like hard rock bands from like the 80s. And I'm like, well, that crowd is the most understanding, probably, crowd in existence who's going to get you if you came out in front of them. Open-minded, Gen X, whatever, that was in my head. I'm like, just come out. Let's go have some fun. Come on. And next thing I know, it transformed into a human. So it's a human now, and it's got like a tan beard, a tan hairdo, like a sandy brown, I guess. Then its clothes was tan. It was like all matching from head to toe. I'm like, okay, well, let's go listen to some music or whatever. And the other people kind of disappeared after that. And what's weird about this dream is it continued on after I woke up and then went back to bed. I've never had that before that I can remember. It wasn't exactly the same, but it was connected. So after that, I guess that's where I woke up. So I got up, fed the dogs, whatever, went back to bed. And then before I was woke up again, I remember an extension on that dream. So I'm guessing it happened after I went back to sleep, and it added on. And I was somewhere else, and I was meeting this alien thing again. and it got kind of scared and backed off and tried to hide. And then I heard somebody say, "It's okay, he knows of us." And it came back out, and I go, "Yeah, I met one of you guys in Vegas at a when I went to a concert there." So then it was okay. Then next thing I know, I'm trying to get answers for something. I don't know what I was trying to get answers for, but I was sneaking down behind a building, and then I can't remember this one as detailed. But I met some guy who was like an investigator, and we snuck down behind this building, and we found out that everybody who was involved in the concert was behind all this. What this was, I'm not exactly sure. But every time we went back to that concert, there was less and less people in the audience. Because I remember the last time, the last time we were I came back to the audience, it was like half gone. I'm like, this don't make sense. Something's not right here. Something feels off. We're still in the daytime. This concert series is going into the night. Why is half the crowd gone? This don't make sense. So I'm like, let's get out of here. So I took off with what I'm guessing was my wife, and we left. And then that's when it went into this other thing where me and this investigator is trying to figure out what's going on. And it turns out everybody who was behind the concert venue was involved in this, but I never found out exactly what it was. If they were, I don't know. I don't know why half the people disappeared. Were they in vans somewhere too? Why? Were they food for these aliens? Like, something didn't feel right, so I got out of there. But so we're trying to figure it out, and we're hiding behind all these buildings, and it's like buildings and like backyard areas, if you will, and on a slope. And so we go down, and we're sitting at this like picnic bench, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. And we figure out all these other people are behind it, and they're actually behind a 6-foot fence, a wooden fence right next to us. And we're trying to make sure we figure this out, but not let them hear us or see us. It's really weird. And then I remember we got caught, like they noticed us. And all I remember thinking is, well, I'm going to the road where there's public, because they ain't going to do nothing in public. So I sprinted back up the hill to the front of the buildings and started walking down the middle of the street. And then I woke up. So very, very odd, very weird. I have no clue what that means. I don't even know what I would look up to kind of get a feel of what that thing means, what that whole scenario means. But it's pretty wild. And the fact that it continued after I went back to bed was definitely an odd play for my dreams anyway. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What does it sound like? It's just odd. Anyway, any day I remember my dreams, I'm going to put them on here and record them on video. I think that'd be kind of cool. I've had so many in the past, and I get woke up by the dogs at 6 a.m., so I usually remember something from a dream. So if I put it on tape, if you will, that'd be kind of neat. So that was my dream. So, all right. I got to get to work, start my day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Later.